For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler. It's time for a special edition of our Alumni Spotlight, currently joined by former Wheeling University football player and current AAL2 champion from the Wheeling Miners, Zay Lewis. And Zay, first of all, congratulations on winning the championship with the Miners this season. Talk a little bit about the season as a whole and what it was like for you guys.
Thank you. Thank you again. The season was interesting to say the least. Not only was it like a new type of football I and a lot of other players weren't used to, it was the team startup year. So there's a lot of things just beginning, kind of opening up a team. There's been teams in the past at Wheeling, but it was the Miners' first time as an organization. So we all kind of went through growing pains together and learning the arena game, learning the league, and also just kind of adjusting to being a professional athlete.
And talk about the game as a whole. You guys actually fell behind early, 14-13, but then the offense really got going. Defense shut them out the rest of the way as you guys get the win. Talk about the back and forth early on and what it took to get you to that championship.
I think it really just took the emotions to set aside. We watched them on film. We knew we had the guys, but there's a lot of talking on social media going back and forth. And even if you were a lot of talking right before the game while we were still shaking hands and warming up. So emotions being high like that, anything can happen. And once everything settled in, we were able to just focus on our job and playing football. It went perfectly fine, and we were able to lock in and get the win.
And for you, you had a pretty good game. You got one sack. Your team had 9 total sacks on the defensive side. You were a disruption. Talk about what it was like kind of for you playing in that game and your successes.
For me, it was kind of surreal. I've played in championships before, but it's another level to play on a professional level. And so I was hyped up, ready for the game. And then a little bit of nerves, but as soon as that first whistle blows, I make that first contact, everything goes away and it's time to go. And I had a really good matchup. I liked what I saw on film with the center. I was playing nose this game, and I was able to dominate and do what I had to do.
And while you were here at Wheeling, we saw you on the offensive line, the team starting guard. Here in the pros now, you're playing more of a defensive side. Talk about that transition and what it was like for you going from an offensive lineman in this style to a defensive lineman in pro ball.
Yeah, it's actually been interesting because I played both ways, but primarily defense in high school. And I got recruited by Coach Gaiman out of high school to play defense. And when I got here, I found out they had switched me over to offense for whatever reason. And so I went to offense, adjusted, used some of my skills back then, but defense was always my first love. It's always what I wanted to do. So having Coach Gaiman kind of come over and him knowing what I could do on defense allowed me to be able to show my talents on both sides of the ball.
Currently joined by former Wheeling University football player Zay Lewis. And Zay, you end up winning the Defensive Lineman of the Year award for the Miners. Talk about what that was like to win that award for you.
Man, it was truly amazing. I just so thankful just to God and just everybody around me that was supporting me. I was truly blessed. From the beginning, I was kind of unsure because it's been a while since I played defense. But once I got back into the swing of things, I remember, at the end of the day, it's just football. It's something I've been doing my whole life. So it kind of came back to me pretty quickly. And I'm looking to build on that by going hard this offseason. I want to do something even more this upcoming season.
And talk about some of the things that you learned here at Wheeling that has kind of helped you in that transition to pro ball as you went with the Miners this year.
We had a great offensive line coach with Coach Emmerich, and he kind of learning the offensive side of things kind of helped with the defense because in my mind, I'm thinking from an offensive lineman's mindset. What are they looking for? What are they trying to do? What are their goals? So I kind of just reversed my thinking, my mindset almost. That was a strange process, but once I got it down, it helped me a lot in the long run, being able to switch right back to defense and getting after the quarterback and learning how to beat O-linemen by knowing what they're trying to do.
And having so many of your former teammates with you on the Miners, like Aaron Finch, Javon Johnson, Andre London, what's that like having so many familiar faces with you?
That makes everything so much better because it's already a new space, being a rookie, going to a professional team, it's different. In high school and college, you have everybody around the same age. Once you're a professional, this is age all over the place, generations, and just an entire new space of football. But having that familiar face, we all kind of went through it together and it made things a lot more comfortable, especially with Aaron Finch. He's played arena ball before, so being able to learn from him a lot and get some pro tips from him kind of helped everything ease out.
And finally, what advice would you give to a current Wheeling athlete who might be looking to go to that pro level on things they should do and how to prepare for it?
I would just tell them, just keep the head down and keep working, keep grinding, key in on your technique, and just become the best you can be. Because coaches are going to recruit you for you, so you got to be at the best that you can personally be. As strong as possible, as fast as possible, make sure your technique is elite, and let God handle the rest. Just trust in God.
Thanks, Zay. Congratulations once again on the championship, and we'll be rooting for you here from Wheeling.
Yes, sir. Thank you again.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.